there's no religion in the West, and that might be a big reason why you see all this bullshit going down. They don't have anything else to fill that gap with. I think it's identity crisis. The way it's gone in the West with capitalism now, it's changed where everybody's individual and you've got to be yourself. And it's all about you and personal branding and stuff like that. So I think that's why people go so extreme, because there's so many depressed people in the West. So many, like the mental health is in crisis, bro. Suicide, everything, man. So there's a good quote. It's like a lot of crazy and stupid ideas exist in society today because we didn't spend enough time mocking them.
Are you into social media?
Am I into social media?
Yeah.
So for me as a filmmaker, I have to use social media to promote my work, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to make something, I've got to promote it on there. But having to be on there made me hate it because I see all this fucking bullshit on there.
Yeah.
All, you know, all the stuff in Bali, all the fucking spiritual weirdo shit, influencer bullshit. So that's why I started Bali Metaverse Quest, to make social media a nicer place for everyone to be, more fun, not fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
People showing off, people fucking trying to act cool and stuff, man.
Okay, give me a real opinion on this influencers
Yeah.
in Bali right now. There's so many people copying people's stuff. People see your stuff and they're trying to start a new meme page.
Yeah, true.
People see, I wouldn't say nobody's following me anyway so far.
Yeah, you're a big timer, bro.
Like there is other people like who's doing Bali Sunny people and copied by someone else.
Can do shortcuts.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
So yeah.
fucking copying.
Yeah. So it's like fucking copying. Like even for now, like I was sitting at Revolver the other day and Django Shortcuts was not there. He was usually films there. And there was somebody else coming and filming. I'm like, okay, so everybody's copying everybody. Everybody's trying to get famous. Like the other day you posted the reel about a cringy couple.
Oh yeah.
They can't do something really like sad, so they went back and did like TikTok dance.
Yeah, tried to be a photographer.
So
Failed.
So what's your opinion on all this right now?
It's like Hollywood, bro.
Yeah.
People move to Hollywood to try and make it, right?
Yeah.
People want to be something, want to do something. In the past, everyone would be like, yeah, Hollywood, baby, want to be in the movies. But now it's like, yeah, influencer, baby, I want to be an influencer. And there's like certain parts of the world which like all the influencers kind of congregate. And that would be LA, definitely, Dubai and Bali. And they're both kind of a trio and they're both kind of all interconnected. So it's the same in Dubai, man. You see these type of people, exact same people flocking there to try and make something of themselves. And for me, everyone should be allowed to go and make something of themselves. Fair play if you want to chase a dream. But you have to respect the country that you're in while you're chasing that dream.
Yeah.
And you can't you can't be too focused on chasing the dream and disregard maybe the problems and issues you're causing for the people of that country. Dubai is a little bit different because it's such a rich nation and they kind of want all this stuff. But in Bali, it's strange because it's such a clash of culture, the tradition, the spirituality, the kindness of the local people, juxtaposed with the whole chasing clout and Insta, OnlyFans, spiritual, new age influencer bullshit. It's a crazy contrast, bro. That doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. So, yeah, for me, it's all about just maybe reminding people just to be a bit more respectful, man, really.
Have to be respectful. So the same thing brings to like, so you're in Bali, now you're in Phuket.
Yeah, man.
There is people I was in Bali and now I'm here. I mean, I'm going to be there back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the thing is like, when you're in Bali, how you see it? When you're outside the Bali, how you see Bali?
So when I was outside Bali, not this time, the time before, there was like lots of shit going down with like Russians. It was like when that whole thing with Nilu and everything reached a big head. There was like New York Times articles, Guardian, BBC. They were going to ban bikes and stuff. And every day it was like a new Russian guy being rude or trying to fight with petulant. For me, I was like, fuck, Bali seems mental, like fucking hell. But then I'd speak to some business owners or people who live there. They're like, it's just social media. Actually being here, you don't really notice that much. Yeah, there's some more Russian people, but it's not that crazy. And then when I eventually went to Bali after being here, then I got there, I was like, fucking hell, super chill, super quiet. Canggu was just relaxed. I was like, definitely on the social media with the news and everything, you think it's more than it is. But for me, yeah, it still seems chill, man. I mean, traffic's a little bit crazy. I think if you stay there for a long time, then you start to absorb and notice things. But if you're just there for a few months, you don't.
That's the thing about Bali. When you're there for only 2 months, you won't notice anything is going on. All you notice is you're happy, you're going partying every night, and you don't notice anything. Nobody knows what the serious shit is. Like, they don't like follow other people to know. And then 6 months mark, then you start to know things, know what's going on, know what's real Bali is like. I mean, there is so much good to it, and there is a little like stress and bad to it, but that's what you take in for if you want to live in a paradise, right?
Of course, man. Of course. I agree with the 6 months. After 6 months, you start thinking differently. You start seeing things differently. You become more cynical of stuff because you see the same patterns and the same people doing the same thing over and over again. You're like, oh, fucking hell. But yeah, in 2 months, you're just like...
Even the tourists, like I see people come and I meet them for a few days and they start posting the stories. I'm like, typical tourist. You can literally like...
Sorry, I think you're too white, man. I need to fix this. Sorry, bro.
Yeah, like typical shit. Like what you didn't think it was the cringe when you're posting the stories when you're in the beginning of Bali.
Yeah.
At some point, you've seen so many people. You're like, can we get over this part?
Whoa! What the fuck was that, bro?
Attention, huh? Somebody threw a water bottle.
A water bottle? No problem. I thought a fucking coconut gonna take my head off, man. Never boring on Scoopy gang, bro. You gotta be aware at all times, man.
Yeah, it's... I don't know how to put it. Like, this is like you see the same shit. Like people go on scooter. Oh, Bali, another day of Bali, living in paradise. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, stop complaining. I'm like, you choose to be there, right? When you choose to be there, you have to enjoy what you have. If you don't like it, as people say, get the fuck out.
Definitely. No problem.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't know where it went. No problem, bro.
It's over there, I think.
Whoa! Again, man, it happened. The beer goes everywhere. I don't know where the water bottle... Oh, there, bro. Sorry. No problem. Yeah, I definitely think things can start to irritate people about Bali. And sometimes they go mad. They go on Facebook groups. They start writing big, angry essays and stuff. But hopefully, I hope that the way I package the memes and stuff like that, it's like things that might annoy you, but it turns it into a joke. So it's like martial arts, psychological martial arts. Like the fucking annoying thing comes in, you take it, you reverse it, make it into a joke. There you go. It's not as annoying anymore.
He's doing Muay Thai now.
That's what I've been learning, bro. Still shit, man. Still shit,
watch it before you comment on Bali Madama's quest.
Yeah,
he's going to knock the shit out of you.
I'll fuck you up, bro. I'll fuck you.
Tell me, how do you handle comments?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Like this, drinking everything together.
Drinking, smoking, living. It's what life's about, bro.
Yeah. So you're in Phuket. Tell me about, like, what do you miss about Bali and what do you like it here?
What I miss about Bali is the Balinese people.
Yeah.
And I know that kind of sounds cliche and stuff.
It's not like...
No,
No, I would totally 100% agree with it.
yeah.
So Yeah, you tell me why. I have the reasoning for this. I'll tell you right after.
Number one, the Balinese people I'm friends with, I feel like always got an interesting perspective, very level-headed, really good to talk to if I have any opinions or any questions I need to ask or help with life. They'd be good life coaches, to be honest, bro. I think they're the best life coaches around, man. So
Don't tell people, white people, because I identify as a Balinese woman,
Balinese life coach.
Balinese men. Don't do that shit.
And then there's the ones that I know, and then just the ones that I don't know. Your neighbour, the people on the street, the people who work in the shops. Just the friendliness of everyone, man. It's good vibes, bro. So yeah, well, how about you? Why do you miss them more?
You have to say why you like Phuket.
Or why I like Phuket?
Yeah.
So Phuket, why do I like Phuket?
Don't.
Well, mainly we're in Phuket because my fiance's parents live here.
Yeah.
So when we're in Thailand, we base ourselves here. If I had the choice of living anywhere in Thailand, there's other places I'd like to explore too, like Chiang Mai and Koh Phangan. I'd love to live there. Phuket's an interesting place, man. It has a bad reputation because of Patong. There's just like kuta, crazy, lots of drinking and bullshit. But there's nice places like this, where me and you are now, chilling. My mum and dad are here at the moment. We're going to nice beaches and stuff. So I think it's cool, man. And I like that it has a bad reputation because that means people don't realise there's actually some fucking good shit here.
Yeah, it's
actually
away.
Phuket's fucking shit. Don't come here. Nobody come here. It's terrible, man. Fucking.
It's trying to keep a lot of people away from you.
There's enough Russians here, though, bro. It feels like a Soviet republic, I tell you. And as an Eastern European, I'm a Slavic brother of the Russian people. As a Serb, I can say that with no beef. There's too many Russians here, but it's not a problem.
It's true. Like the reason because I said it's Balinese people is since I have so many Balinese friends.
Yeah.
And I do hang out with Bule people. Other than that, like my Balinese people, I miss them here. It's like there is so many Thai people here. I met them. I couldn't even have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like the longest conversation I had with a local here is like 5 minutes. It's like usually if I even in Bali, if you don't want to talk, you just sit there. Your friend is keep asking you questions, keep trying to know you, and like who are you? They want to know who are you, you know? Even though they know they're annoying you for sometimes. But it's good annoying. Like I like it.
Yeah.
Here, you ask them a question, they don't give a shit. I'm not gonna answer you. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Kind of that vibe. They don't literally say that to you, but that is the vibe you get. I'm like, I asked when I got in the car from the airport to here, and the guy I asked, he was my Grab driver. I asked him a couple of questions. He don't answer. He's like, yeah. You kind of know when people don't want to talk to you. It's like,
Yeah.
like, no. I'm like, okay. The whole hour to get here,
Yeah.
I was quiet.
There's a very good reason for this, though, you know. Phuket is a tourist island, man.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a lot of people that live here, of course, but everything is geared towards tourism. It has been for decades, man, since people first started coming to Thailand. So I feel like people here are a little bit more cynical of tourists. They know you just come in and you're leaving every day, thousands. Same in Bali, definitely. But because Bali's an island and a lot bigger than Phuket, there's a lot more people there who haven't necessarily integrated with or experienced met a lot of tourists before or spoken to a lot of Bule and stuff. Whereas in Phuket, it's been here for such a long time, they're just like, oh, another tourist. I think that's the reason, man.
Really?
If you go to Chiang Mai or outside of Chiang Mai or, you know, go to Isan or somewhere like that in Thailand, you'll find that people are a lot more curious, a lot more friendly, a lot more interested and want to talk. But Phuket, you know, it's just a tourist place, really, man.
So yeah, I think in general, like, so I've been here like now it's the 5th day of being in Phuket.
Yeah.
So one I miss about Bali is that like Balinese people.
Yeah.
and how friendly people are. In especially, I'm not sure what brings it. I think it brings the people is people are open-minded there.
Yeah.
I did speak to. I mean, of course, I hanged out with you, my friends, but it's very rare to meet other people and like have a conversation and have a connection here.
Yeah, I think there's something special about Bali, Balinese people. I mean, I say tourism here has been around a long time. People were traveling to Bali in like the 1920s, 30s. You had the dude from the silent movies, the Charlie Chaplin and stuff,
Yeah.
and David Bowie and all these famous people, celebrities, musicians. They all feel some kind of special connection to Bali, and it's always been this special place which has attracted people. And yeah, for me, it's the people, man. I don't know if it's something that's growing in the rice there or the volcanoes or some shit, man. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Something attracts you there. Something keeps you there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to going back tomorrow.
Yeah, you're looking forward. You've been missing it.
Yeah, I'm missing it so much. I'm like counting every night. Oh, one more night.
No, yeah, bro. Shit.
So yeah, that's the one thing I'm missing. So tell me about this. Like, so you said the other day, like you don't miss Bali that much because you're connected to the Bali using Bali Metaverse Quest.
Yeah.
So how is this like for you? Like, is it fun? Is it stressful sometimes? What is it?
Posting memes.
Posting memes, creating memes.
Oh, it's not stressful in the slightest, man. It's like the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. It feels just like breathing, just sit on the toilet, open up my third eye, take a download
just
from the
so
meme
you know,
gods.
guys, every time you see a meme, remember it comes from a toilet.
Yeah, man. I go on the toilet many times a day. Thank you, IBS. Without IBS, there'd be no Bali Metaverse Quest. So
What's IBS?
irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh shit! No, I know in the full system.
But no, it's easy, man. I just do it because I love it, and when I'm making documentaries and working on other things, that's stressful. Sitting in front of a computer, editing and using your brain so much to try and like make something look perfect and aesthetically pleasing, as a photographer as well, editing photos of beautiful landscapes. It's never was really relaxing for me.
Yeah.
Always felt like stressful. But making memes, man, I got a big smile on my face, making the Gojek driver meme video, stuff like that. I'm having the time of my life, man.
You're just having laugh and like when you're doing it.
As a kid, that's the kind of stuff I first ever made. Always funny, stupid videos, like in high school, with friends, on
You're
holidays.
the bully of the people, right?
The bully.
Bully.
Oh, the bully. Yeah, man. Always just like making stupid videos. My friend came to Bali to visit 2017. He got stung by mosquitoes too many times, so he went home. He got a flight all the way back to England early because he had too many mosquitoes things. I was like, what the fuck? Just put some tiger balm on it. So no, I'm going home. So I made a whole video about like him getting attacked by a mosquito and like he does like martial arts, so him like in an octagon fighting a mosquito and shit like that. Stupid shit, bro. Stupid shit, but that I just it's fun to laugh, right?
I think it's say this is all like there is a saying about like all the funny people must have went through a lot of trauma.
I'm so traumatic living in Phuket, man.
How
All these Russian people. So much trauma.
how
to
much
meditate.
like truth to this?
Man, I lived a very lovely childhood.
Yeah.
If you're born in England, even if you're born in poverty in England,
Yeah.
you're still probably in the top 5% of people in the fucking world. Or, you have free healthcare, you have free housing, benefits if you don't have a job. Like, we are fucking looked after. The state wipes our ass in England. And people forget that. People think, oh, I'm so poor, my life's so terrible. But they're in a house that the government paid for. They got an iPhone with everything they want. They're watching Netflix. Bro, you're okay. Like, there's real suffering in the world. So, to say I had a traumatic childhood, I don't think so, man. Like, anyone brought up in England just... We're all...
Traumatic as hell.
Huh? I mean, maybe the weather
Yeah.
Traumatized me. Literally, I am traumatized by rain, man.
That's why you're in hottest countries.
Bro, I remember going on holiday to Dominican Republic as a kid, like 11 years old, Caribbean, first time, like all fucking tropical music, sunny, everyone dancing, happy. It was in February, and I came back to England, and it was fucking dark, rain, wind. Like the wind was blowing in the trees, and I'm like, I'm fucking depressed. At like 12 years old, and from that moment, I knew that I had to go fucking live somewhere where it's more tropical and can wear a vest and fucking walk around in flip flops, man. That's my vibe, for sure.
It's funny shit, yeah.
Yeah.
So where do you get the inspiration to make all these memes?
When I was a kid, I remember I found this website. I always watched stupid shit and read stupid shit online. There was this website, and it was like, you know you're Serbian when? And it was like a list of about 100 sentences and statements, like, you know you're Serbian when your dad's watching CNN and he's swearing at the TV, or you know you're Serbian when your mom like makes you leave the house with an umbrella, and all these things that you kind of relate to as being a Serb. And I found it so interesting, man. Like, I love the idea of community and relating to things. So I made one like, you know you're from Halifax when, which is like my hometown. And all these little like statements, like 100 statements, they just come to me naturally, just like, you know you're from Halifax when you go to this nightclub and you end up in this place eating this shitty chicken, and little funny things about the society we live in. And yeah, just always done that kind of stuff and always had that at the back of my mind. And I guess with the Bali Metaverse Quest, I just kind of used that ability that I did as a kid, but just built it up on a grand scale, man. Little funny things about living somewhere, man. It's, yeah.
So like, do you gotta be smart or stupid to make this shit?
Both, bro. But I think I'm more stupid, a lot more stupid than smart.
I think you gotta be a lot stupid to make this.
Yeah, bro.
Because if you're smart, would never make, why would I do this?
Well, I mean, if something makes you happy and laugh, is that not the smartest route to take?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
I think you gotta be smart and stupid to, like, to make that kind of, like you gotta think in stupid way to connect with people.
Stupid as in like...
like smart stupid, not like stupid. I don't fucking know, not that one. Like, Earth is flat, not that kind of shit.
Okay.
Like, you gotta be like, in your head, you gotta, like, crazy. Like, in like, oh, I gotta think like this. Like, if you had to, like...
I think it's imagination, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like when you're a kid and you're playing with toys and you have Action Man and you're like, oh yeah, and you pretend you're fighting on top of a mountain. Blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm doing now, bro. With green screen, cut out Conor McGregor, put him into Gilly Troangan. I'm just playing with toys, bro, and just making up imaginary situations. You know?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as that. Just imagination, bro.
Mostly,
and I feel like a lot of people don't have imagination these days.
Yeah.
They don't even have the imagination, like, to, like, change the... Oh, God, I sound like a life coach now. They don't have the imagination to change their lives, man. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's why a lot of people are stuck in situations that they don't like, because they can't imagine a different future because they don't have an imagination. But I wonder how you can cultivate imagination.
I think people are just getting dumb. Yeah, dumb and stupid.
You think
not in a good way?
You think now people are getting more dumb?
I think people are like declining their like whatever they have before.
Yeah,
people are smartest before. I think you made the meme about this, no?
Maybe.
Yeah. He forgets his own memes.
That's how stupid I am, bro. So you think overall people in society are getting more stupid?
I think so.
But you think we have access to everything on our phone now?
Sorry to say this. I think people are getting stupider. Like, why would they go on? Otherwise, why would they go and follow this all spiritual or like, or like, what is that? Like, everybody is like a life coach now.
Well,
if you are like smart enough, you're not gonna go do all this.
True.
You try and figure out your own way out of this.
I think the thing is now though, we got all our physical concern taken care of. Every day we wake up, we have food. We don't have to go hunting. we have shelter. We don't have to build a shelter.
Yeah.
So when everything of our personal human needs are met like that, physical, then we start going inside and we start thinking about how to fix our brain. So that's why now we get so many people from the West who are so comfortable going into like life coaching, going into all this spiritual stuff, because they're examining the psyche now. It's time to go deep into the brain.
I mean, imagine in the olden days, like everybody's struggling, everybody's trying to ends they meet, and like imagine when you're like olden times, like you could die.
Yeah.
Just in like one day, like for
still
no
now
reason.
In places in the world though.
Yeah. Like these days, now you have everything else, and you're still depressed. You still couldn't figure out a way out of this. Like whatever you're going through.
Gratitude. You gotta be grateful.
Yeah. I'm like this.
Morning gratitude.
Sounds so bullshit, no?
Gratitude, bro. It is, bro. It is. You gotta be grateful, and it is cheesy. It's a shame.
We're gonna make a meme out of this guy.
The best video on Bali Metaverse Quest, the most viewed, was by this guy called Joey B. Toons this year, and it's him deconstructing an influencer. Did you see it? And she's like, "What's the best part of your day?" And she's like, "Gratitude, morning gratitude," and shit like this. And they've turned it all into some bullshit. You know, they're trying to make it bullshit, but it's true. We talk about why Balinese people are so nice and everything. A lot of them are very religious, right? And in the morning they'll pray. And I guess in essence, that is creating gratitude for being alive and stuff like that. And we were saying yesterday or the day before how there's no religion in the West.
Yeah.
And that might be a big reason why you see all this bullshit going down, because they don't have anything else to fill that gap with.
So it's like now they're filling up with like all the spiritual things.
Yeah.
And what is the life coaching things. So the people come travel, like half of the people, like we talk, like come here to travel, and they learn this, and they're selling this as a marketing or a new thing people to learn, like keep them busy, to like, occupied with, I'm trying something new. I can be alive today.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm doing this, so I'm very excited to do this. I'm not depressed anymore. I'm so happy. So this is what they're selling to the Western world now.
And it's good because there's so many people. Well, it's good for them to make money from a business perspective, because there's so many depressed people in the West.
Yeah.
So many, like the mental health is in crisis, bro.
Yeah.
In my hometown, suicide, everything, man. It's some music going on, man.
Do you think Mike is picking up?
Yeah, it should be fine. But yeah, there's real crisis at the moment, and I think people are looking for people to latch onto, you know. Christians have Jesus, Muslims have Muhammad, everyone has their own kind of person to look up to. In the West, people are starting to latch onto figures like Andrew Tate or Donald Trump or Biden or someone on the other side, and they're like, it's like we all need a hero worship mentality, someone to look up to.
Yeah.
But we can just look inside, man.
Now we're getting spirituality now. People are selling spirituality in Western world now.
Yeah.
That's one of the thing. Like, I mean, what I can say is like, it's not what it is. It's not what I see. Spirituality is like.
What do you think spirituality?
I think this, for me, it's the only simple thing, karma. I don't go look for something else. Like karma is like you give what you get.
Yeah.
So I try to be good. I get that same. Like
there you go.
If something happens to me, all I say to myself is karma is a bitch.
It is really
bites me in the ass.
It is really as simple as that, though, bro. Yeah. That's what it comes down to.
There's nothing else. Like
no.
You do all kinds of shit. You're trying to be a good person. God forgives you. I'm like, shut the fuck up for a bit.
People only doing good back in the day because they want to get into heaven.
Yeah.
They're just scared. They don't want to go to hell. So that's why they act like good people. You shouldn't act good out of fear.
Yeah.
You should act good because it's good to be good.
Yeah.
Nice to be nice, right?
Just be a respectful person to everybody, you know?
Well, I'm definitely not that, but...
This guy makes fun of everybody.
Yeah, man. I got respect for the real G's. I got respect for the real people, man, for sure. But hopefully can remind people that, all you need to be is just nice to each other.
Yeah. What do you think about Andrew Tate, though?
Andrew Tate, you know, I think he's playing a character very much to an extent.
He's trying to sell himself to other people too.
Well, he has Hustle's Academy.
Yeah.
He gets people to sign up to that.
Yeah.
He projects a life that people want to have. A lot of guys in the West, they don't have a male figure to look up to.
Yeah.
A lot of fathers, they don't have fathers and stuff. So when you see someone like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate talking about masculinity and filling these gaps that people who have fathers kind of inherit from their father being raised. But if they don't have a strong father figure, they have gaps that aren't filled in. So that's where Jordan Peterson, your Andrew Tate comes in, and you know, you get people going really extreme, like extreme vegans, extreme Andrew Tate people, extreme everything. But
oh yeah, this is my question right now. You just got me into the question I forgot. Yeah, how extreme is people now?
extreme.
Like,
Yeah.
so if they go into something, they're very extreme,
Yeah.
like vegan,
Yeah.
or like feminism, or like masculinity, or like, it's like there is no balance to that. Like, it's like people either going like fully like too deep,
Yeah.
or they don't care about it.
I think it's identity crisis.
Yeah.
So people want to have some kind of identity. They don't feel like they are anyone. And before, the world was kind of everything was about the community. You don't think about me as much. It's more about my family, my neighbors, Banja, whatever, community. But the way it's gone in the West with capitalism now, it's changed where everybody's individual,
Yeah.
and you got to be yourself, and
Yeah.
it's all about you and personal branding and stuff like that. So I think that's why people go so extreme.
It's like so extreme. Like people think, imagine if you're a vegan right
I
now.
was a vegan, bro. Yeah.
You was a vegan.
For 2 years, and then I landed in Indonesia. I saw, can I have a nasi goreng? Comes over, fried egg on top. I'm like, I guess I'm not a vegan anymore. And I wasn't vegan anymore from then on, man.
So like, it's like there is no connection between people anymore. Like literally, like if you go, imagine you go on a date. Like we're going
Yeah.
into dating now, because you've been not dating for 10 years now. Congratulations to this guy. He's gonna get married soon.
I am soon. 2 years probably.
So there's no connections anymore. Like
Mm.
like people now, like you say, identify themselves like vegan. If you're vegan, I go on a date with a vegan, and she asks me, "Are you vegan?"
Yeah.
Not anymore. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna see you next time. Bye bye.
Yeah, just like religion, man.
Like even surfing, like people, like imagine she's a surfer, you're not a surfer, and
Yeah.
you go on a date, and she asks you, do you surf? And my head is like, okay, it's time to get out from here. There is no, like
No.
literally, like people going in a way there is no connection to people. I'm
Yeah.
like, you could be surfer, I could not be surfer. We still can find a common ground.
Yeah, for
There's
sure,
so
man.
many other things in life. We don't need to relate with that one particularly. It's better that we don't do everything same.
Yeah. I think it's about staying in the middle ground, staying
Yeah.
grounded, not letting yourself get too much. But you know, people obviously suffer with mental health issues, and I think that's another reason they dive so much. Like they go
Yeah.
surfing all the time, all their life is surfing, because it gives them purpose and gives them a rest from the stressful things that happen every day in life, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
I think this is one of the reasons people are dividing themselves so much. People are so divided right now.
yeah,
Like,
tribalism, man.
yeah, it's like, so are you a social influencer? I'm a social influencer. We should hang out, bro.
Yeah, you make memes, I make memes. We're hanging out,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Like,
So I'm like, we don't need to do that at all.
No.
Yeah,
No,
you can
no.
just hang out with everybody. Like,
I have the most interesting conversations with somebody who does something completely different to me.
yeah,
And during that friendship and knowing that person, I can learn about their life,
Yeah.
their experiences, their favorite hobby. They can let me know. They can learn about mine, and it's an exchange of ideas. But if you only want to hang around with people who are like you, then and into the same things, then you're never going to grow as a person.
and this is also conflicts with the people who say I'm open-minded.
Mm.
It's very much conflicts because you're not open-minded. You're only open-minded to things you want to be open-minded to.
True, man.
So,
But then you could say we are not open-minded to doing spiritual tantra,
I mean,
life coaching and
you
stuff.
did breath work, right?
Yeah, I've done breath work, man.
I did breath work too.
Yeah.
I was not saying I'm not open-minded. I am open-minded.
Yeah.
But after I did that, I say it's a shit.
Yeah, you went to the practitioner. Hey, They were shit. Your whole job, your whole career, based on shit.
You're just like selling shit to people. I'm
You're just breathing, man.
Yeah, you're just breathing too hard. That's it.
Yeah, and you get all the oxygen out.
Yeah.
You go a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just getting high, man. It's getting high.
Yeah. It's like I don't see like it's not gonna be life changing. It's gonna be like refreshing. You have to understand the difference of refreshment and life changing. Refreshment only stays for a day, 2 days, or a month for you, and then right after you're gonna go back. The life changing is like life changing. Even people I spoke to, like, have you ever spoke to people who done ayahuasca?
I was about to talk about psychedelic drugs. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I wanted to do it for a long time at one point, but I'm not bothered anymore.
So I did. The first recording interview was a person who did ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And the question was the end of the question interview. I asked the question like, so do you feel the same, like when you did the ayahuasca for the first time? She's like, no. For the few years I did, then I still need to find my purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So it's never life changing. If you think it's life changing, you're dumb as shit.
I mean, have you experimented with like mushrooms or LSD or stuff like that much?
I did mushrooms just for a bit. Like it's just like for 1 day, 2 days. For a month you probably feel like, okay, you thought about everything. I think in general it's about when the normal people don't overthink. I'm an overthinker in general. Like I don't need to do anything to overthink. I just sit there randomly watching people. I can think about life and shit. Yeah. So I'm just a general person.
You're always on mushrooms.
always thinking. I'm like, so you're like the same too, like you put it in the creativity, right? So you think about things like how to make memes, you're thinking too. So I feel like overthinking, some people when they do the mushrooms, they go into their head. They think them. Yeah. So now you're figuring out now, because in normal time you don't give a shit, you're living carefree, you just don't think too much, you just do stupid shit, hurt people. You don't think about it. When you do mushrooms, when you do this ayahuasca, the only thing you're doing is like looking at yourself. So then you're reflecting it.
Definitely, man. Which can help people, right? Yeah. It can help people. It gives them the tools to change their life, and they understand, but they still got to do the work. Yeah. When I interviewed Graham Hancock, this dude who's...
Oh, you did Graham Hancock?
Yeah, I went to his house, bro, in his library, and we chatted about psychedelics, aliens, civilization, old civilizations, and
people are bullshitting about his pyramid thing
in Indonesia.
I actually talked about it like when it was on the Netflix.
Yeah,
he did the Netflix documentary.
I seen that, man. Yeah. And he says psychedelics give you the tools, but you still got to do the work. So you can go do ayahuasca, but if you don't listen to what it's telling you, then nothing's gonna change. Yeah. I've done mushrooms, LSD, things like that. And I think not only does it help you reflect, and you probably do change in that way, but it also helps you see things, man. It also makes you realize that leaf over there on that tree is pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Normally you just sat here, you're just thinking about shit, but smoke weed, ayahuasca, mushrooms, it gives you a greater appreciation and brings you to the present moment.
Do you understand why?
Why?
Because you're not focused. You're not focused on that leaf when you're normal. Yeah. Like when you're do mushrooms, you just focused on that particular small thing.
They call it the monkey mind, right? Yeah. So we are like, as humans, as we have evolved, we always need to be thinking about where we're going to get our next meal, where we're going to get shelter. Is somebody going to attack tomorrow and kill our tribe? We had to be thinking, because life was pretty cruel, pretty short, lots of war, lots of fighting. But now life's changed. Yeah. Life's good. But a lot of people, me included, you included, everyone, a lot of the time we're stuck in this default setting of kind of, this guy's gonna fuck me over, or who the fuck this guy, who the fuck are you? We don't need to be like that anymore.
No. Like, that's what I realized, like even these days, like when I smoke, I sit there. Like normally I don't like focus on my phone for a bit. Like my phone these days on the side.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like normal, my focus is on like how to improve Scoopy gang, or how to like always looking at the analytics and like focus on it. And like when I'm here, I'm like, fuck that.
Oh yeah, man.
I like sit there. Like the other day I was on the beach like walking around and I saw a guy propose to a girl
Really?
and she said yes. But I was still watching her face. So you see certain things like she was not that happy.
Like my girlfriend. No.
I'm sorry.
She looked pissed off, yeah.
She was pissed off. She was not kissing him that much.
Oh my god.
Then I thought
That's
okay,
why I waited 9 years, man, because I didn't want that situation. I had to make sure, man. Big
No,
rejection.
I think my judgment of that is that probably she was not happy that she did it in a beach where a lot of people are there.
Embarrassed kind of thing.
And probably she was expecting more like nicer, more
Private.
fancy, you know.
Oh, okay.
He would probably did it in a cheap way. That probably she would have upset about. That's the only reason. Or she don't want to say yes, but or like all the other people are there, you know.
You have to say yes in that
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
if you're surrounded by people. Were they on your boat?
No, not on the boat. Like
No.
you know, Maya Beach.
But they have to go on back on the boat with everybody, right?
I'm not sure which boat they
Probably.
were on.
Or
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
driver. If
Yeah.
they say no, how
Yeah,
uncomfortable
like,
is it
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be, man? Maybe she went back after and was like, "Listen, we need to talk, man. Like, I don't know. This diamond's a bit small. Like, fuck you, man."
It's like certain things. Like when you don't focus, you sit here. Like imagine I was sitting here, a bottle was thrown at you, and a leaf fall on my lap.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, in normal time, I don't feel that shit.
yeah,
When I'm too focused, leaf fall, I can feel the vibration of the leaf
yeah.
on my body. So they're like too focused. The other day I was sleeping, I can literally feel my whole system like being numbed,
Really?
like numbed. Like I was like, okay, usually you don't think that focused, your brain is not focused enough.
Mm-hmm.
So all, like you said, it gives you to the tools.
Yeah,
So you observed it and you observe and use it like later time.
I guess what you got to try and do is understand that you are not your thoughts. Your
Yeah.
thoughts is like an engine
Yeah,
inside your brain, but you're not that engine. You're bigger than that.
yeah,
And you can look at the engine and be like, you need to calm down, bro. You need to take the foot off the
Yeah.
gas, like
Yeah.
slow down. And you can be like, whoa, I'm thinking too much. And having that ability to take a step back and have a broad perspective and analyze things from a widest possible perspective is definitely something I feel like LSD, mushrooms, ayahuasca, all these kind of psychedelic drugs can give you. And meditation as well. I feel like the psychedelic substances are just like a shortcut to achieve
yeah.
the same
Faster
thing.
results or
Faster
they expect
results.
faster results.
Yeah, man.
I'm like my thing is like sometimes okay, as a human I am happy sometimes, I'm
Yeah.
sad sometimes, I am depressed sometimes, but I like to get through it on my own pace,
Yeah.
on my own way, normally, right? And like these days when you talk to people, oh, did you do meditation? Did you do yoga? I'm like, okay, this all comes from my place.
Uh-huh.
I'm Hindu, I'm Indian. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, we don't give a shit. And like, you do your way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do my own way.
Mm.
But I'm like, I am not gonna like make you life hell because of I am depressed.
Mhm.
Like, I'm generally most of the times happy.
Yeah.
So don't tell me do meditation. People do that these days.
Well, it's a big business, bro. You got
Yeah.
Calm, you got Headspace, you got all these different apps that are kind of monopolizing and turning mindfulness into a business.
Yeah.
It's Silicon Valley kind of shit.
I'm like, how do you feel? Like, what do you do?
Me personally,
Yeah.
make memes, bro. It's meditation for me, man.
See, make memes. I'll tell you to make memes.
But I think anyone can benefit from it because it's something serious happens, something pisses you off, something like, oh God, you have bad emotion. Then you're like, okay, but how can I think about this in a kind of funny way and spread that humor at the same time? So I feel like that's a kind of meditation. Meditation, the thoughts come in and you're supposed to just observe the thoughts. So the thoughts come in, you observe them, not only just notice them, but try and turn them into something funny as well. Then I feel like, yeah, it's a good coping mechanism for any problems that arise in life, man.
I mean, people has their own ways of coping, right?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I mean, I've always been optimistic, always trying, sometimes naively, delusionally optimistic. I think everybody's nice, everybody's going to be cool, everybody's going to have best interest for you at heart, but then, you know, things happen, you realize they don't.
This guy.
Yeah, naive, definitely, bro. But I'd rather be naively optimistic than naively pessimistic and always think that people are going to be shady or you're going to fuck me over or some shit. That can't be an enjoyable way to live your life.
You can't enjoy life in general.
No.
I mean, people fuck you over, but like, it's what its life is. I mean, sometimes it's experience. That's how I grown into one.
Yeah.
People fuck me over. I'm like, I didn't complain.
You have to learn, right?
Yeah, you gotta learn from your experiences.
Yeah. So yeah, how is it going with Scoopy Gang and everything, man? You enjoying it?
You know, one thing with Scoopy Gang is that I'd never been able to answer that question. People ask me like, oh, how is Scoopy Gang going? I have no answer. Literally have no answer.
No answer.
No answer. I can see numbers are growing, but is it means good? I mean, it's not growing fast. So I have no idea. The only thing I want people to is like, for me, what I want is the connection.
Yeah.
Not the numbers, not the like money or anything. The one thing I want is people to connect to what I'm doing.
Yeah, man.
I try my best, but sometimes you feel like I get like, shit, not connected to people. Some things you think it's gonna do good. No, people don't like to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's usually the things you don't expect that do.
Yeah, they're
better.
Really good. Yeah.
But how about the whole vision for Scoopy Gang? What's the big vision? Do you have a big vision in mind, or you just kind of see what happens type thing?
Yeah, like the same thing. It doesn't matter it grows 1 million. It doesn't matter it grows 10K. I want the connection. I want how many people I really reached in connection wise. Not like people come and watch, oh, this is not for me. This is not for me. It's like I want to put out content, not like all the coaching stuff or like trying to teach people something.
Yeah.
It's like random shit we talked about. Like people watch it. It's something people really don't talk about every day in life. It's like they talk about off the camera. They talk about somewhere like sits and have a coffee and they talk about it. This shit is so much informational than you sit there and teach people something.
So obviously you lived in America before you came to Bali for 10 years, right? So what was your inspiration when you came to Bali? Like, I want to make a podcast. What inspired you to want to connect with people? What is the inspiration behind it all?
I think back in the US, it's not no inspiration. When I came to Bali, my thought was it was the first stop to travel.
Yeah.
When I came to Bali, I met people, cool people. It's like everybody thought there's something in there. Bali welcomed me with very open arms. Still today, like people love me there. I love to, I do the same back to them too. That's the thing about Bali. So it just kept me there.
Yeah.
People, one. And the other part is as an Indian, I've been judged a lot. Like people, this is the one question people ask me, where you from? So what people don't understand is where you're from only tells where you're from.
Yeah.
It's not who you are.
Of course.
So who I am is I'm TJ, like an individual who was born in India, a little bit grown up there, and changed his mentality when he went to US and learned a lot of stuff there and moved to Bali and still growing as a person every day. So in Bali, I've grown a lot from people, like people teach me every single day. I thought, okay, people just judge you for put you in a box just by knowing who you are. It's not who it is. So
even if they think, oh, you're the podcast guy, you're not the podcast guy, you're TJ, right? You're more than Scoopy Gang.
Yeah, I'm just myself. So the thing is don't put people in the boxes. Like I'm not a surfer. Don't put me in a box, you know. Like I'm saying, like I'm just an individual who can do anything he pleases.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, it should not. I want to do like, okay, start something, make people understand this is not what it is. People just make TV shows. People just go coaching and teach something, which is not true always.
Mm-hmm.
So all for me is like, put what is there, like.
To
right?
show you, so you want to show the reality.
Yeah, I mean,
of life.
I'm not trying to show reality.
No.
I'm just going to talk about it.
Right.
If you think it is, watch it or don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like, watch it, take a laugh from it.
Yeah.
You know, like you also, like you put memes to people to take a laugh from it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing, relate.
Yeah. But for me, with memes, I like making memes because I love memes. You know, for years, it's my favorite. Behind closed doors, sharing memes all the time, memes. But I never thought I could, you know, make them and start doing it myself. But for you, do you enjoy consuming podcasts?
No, I never watch anything.
So that's unique, because mostly when people start doing something, it's because they experience it and think, yeah, that podcast is cool, or that's cool, or I learned something from that. I want to share that same kind of thing. But your experience is more from just observing society and
this
people.
is the thing about people too. Like when I tell people I have a podcast, oh, did you watch the podcast like a Diary with CEO? I'm like, I rarely watch Joe Rogan's one episode. That was with Elon Musk. I have never seen a full podcast. I don't follow any podcast because I want to keep it who I am. If I start consuming, I'm gonna
You're gonna what?
Like if I start consuming, I'm gonna start like saying the same thing. I don't like to consume. Like
that's interesting.
Because
you don't want to influence your brain from external podcasts and just be yourself. Yeah.
If you seen me the other day, we talked about a lot of stuff on like day before. I was the same person there, and I'm talking the same thing here.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like I don't like change on the camera. I don't change off the camera because that's who I am. If I start like watching people, I'm gonna start reacting differently.
Yeah.
So my thing was I like to talk to people, I like to have conversations, I like to talk deep. It's the same thing on the camera.
Yeah.
I'm just doing it to people to watch because like imagine.
So it's like authenticity, right?
Yeah.
Being authentic.
Yeah.
Authentic connection without any character or anything like that. Just, this is me, I'm human. This is,
We're all human, we make mistakes and we all learn, we all make experience, we all grow.
Yeah.
And I'm not teaching anything, I don't want to teach anything. And don't expect, like, just because I do podcasts, you don't expect me to be like better human.
No, of course.
No, like I'm a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing, right? Like we do coffee talk, right? It's the same thing. We're just doing it on the camera.
Yeah. You forget the cameras here.
Yeah.
And just talk naturally, whatever. You're not thinking, oh, if I say this, say that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Authentic connection. Yeah,
that's I think people do
I think
realize.
In a world where everybody's trying to be a character and be extreme, it's important to have a discussion between people who aren't being characters and it's just reality to remind people.
Yeah.
You don't have to be this identity. You can just be human, chill out, and talk like normal people, right?
It's like it's a competition now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, who is the better person? I'm like, come on, why are we competing each other?
Yeah, I know, man. I know.
It's not money. Come on. Just I think we stop being like happy and like trying to be like too much.
Yeah.
Oh, the other day you posted it to a guy trying to talk to water, like, oh, I'm like,
I am beautiful, I am healthy.
I'm like, okay.
All my disease is gone.
This is getting complicated as hell. I can't look at next 10 years. Did you get scared about next 10 years? Like if it is right now, everybody's like doing weird shit. And imagine next 10 years.
Well, I'm always naively optimistic, so I always think it's going to be okay. But I hope that me doing the memes and stuff is
don't
helping.
Be naive and optimistic. Think about like as
If more, so there's a good quote. It's like a lot of crazy and stupid ideas exist in society today because we didn't spend enough time mocking them. So I think, you know, if there's more memers, more comedians, more people saying, take 1 minute, what is this bullshit? We need more of them people. I think if that kind of spreads, then I'm optimistic. We need to make sure there's a balance in society, and, you know, things like meme pages, although it might just look like some stupid bullshit, I think they have the potential to remind people not to get lost in these crazy identities and shit, and take a minute just to ground yourself. So I'm optimistic, man. The power of memes to
This guy is optimistic.
help keep society balanced, man.
Thank you for being here, bro. It
Thank you, bro.
was so much good talk. I hope we do more talks when you come to Bali.
For sure.
Bali
If I'm allowed back to Bali.
Hey, he is, and me too. I'm still not there yet. And thank you for being here, Scoopy gang. See you guys in a couple of weeks. Sampai jumpa.
Sampai jumpa.
Want to say something to camera? Nothing?
Nothing. I think we said enough, bro. I think we said it all, man.
Don't expect too much. Subscribe.